Hi everybody and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. This one's from user 304 times throwaway. My brother is dating my cheating ex. It seems serious and it's driving a wedge in my family. My ex and I dated for 4 years. We broke up in 2017 after she cheated on me multiple times and tried to keep it a secret. Good news was that I had my full family support. I cut her off and life was fine. Fast forward to June of this year and I get dropped with a bombshell from my brother, 2 years younger, that he's now seeing my ex. They ran into each other at a bar and supposedly hit it off and went from there. Apparently, she's a totally new person now or something and my brother wants me to try and be understanding. Luckily for me, I don't live in the same state anymore, so I haven't been forced with making a decision on seeing them. However, my parents called the other day and asked about my holiday plans at the end of the year. They said my brother and my ex, his girlfriend, will be invited to Thanksgiving and Christmas if they want to come. I absolutely won't stand for it, and I don't want to see her, and now my family is upset at me. Am I completely insane? I considered posting in other subreddits, but they seem like cesspools. Thanks guys, I'm losing my mind here. Well, OP, first thing I'm gonna say is, you are not insane. This situation is effed up. What is your brother thinking? I mean, sure, he can buy that tale about her being a totally new person or whatnot, but to then start a relationship with the woman that broke you? That's not right. And on top of that, he wants you to be understanding and maybe spend the holidays with them? No, man, that's just asking too much of a person. No way. Anyways, let's move on to the community comments to see what kind of advice they gave OP. Czar Bandit says, it's their house, they can invite her, but you don't have to attend. They should respect your position in not being interested in exposing yourself to that. That's fine for the short term. What if they marry and become a permanent fixture? Has she reached out to you to try and patch things up on a personal level? I bet she hasn't. She wronged you and there is almost certainly unfinished issues between you. This cannot come from someone acting on her behalf. It must come from her directly. Accept no envoys acting on her behalf. If she has changed, then she can clean up the mess she left. In my experience, people, your family, will try to smooth things over, but she will not. That's how you know she hasn't really changed or improved. That's how you know it's the right thing to stay away. Let them play happy families without hurting you with an unrepentant and unreformed cheater. Stand firm on this. If it's a multi-year issue, e.g. she hasn't already cheated on him and split up, decide what she should do to redeem herself to the point that you can stand being in the room with her. Then insist she does it before you will attend anything involving her. Once a cheater, almost always defective. OP responds, to answer one of your questions, she has supposedly wanted to reach out to me, but I completely cut her off, blocked her number, and have made it clear to never contact me again. I have reiterated this to my family. As for if it's a multi-year thing, my head hurts thinking about it. I didn't find out about her cheating until year 4. Feels impossible for me to ever think of regaining trust in her in any capacity, you know? 69 Chevy 396 says, you're not insane, but I will say this. Does she matter to you anymore? If not, then who cares? People don't change. Your brother will find out soon enough what the deal is. Don't let it bother you. It's not worth your energy. OP responds, no, she doesn't matter, but my family does. I hope I'll never have to use past tense. The biggest difficulty is my relationship with my brother. I don't know if betrayal is the accurate word to describe my feeling, but that's what hurts most. Wime Sean says, nope, you are 100% right. It's an absolutely crappy position to put you in. People don't do this to their loved ones. Tell them if she's there, you're out. If they push it, then uninvite yourself and put them on low contact for a few months. They are free to make whatever choices they want. They just have to understand that there are consequences to those choices. And remember this, serial cheaters seldom change. There's something broken in them. It's just going to be a matter of time till she starts playing her games with your brother. Avoid them until this happens. Then break out the popcorn. Good luck, man. Well, it seems to me that OP is getting some pretty solid advice. So let's continue with the update to see what he ended up doing. First off, I want to thank all of you who responded in the original thread. It motivated me to have a long and uncomfortable conversation with my family last night. I'm going to try my best to summarize the details and feelings of my family and what I decide to do from here. With my brother. So, we did a bit of a deep dive into the relationship. Essentially, they met at a bar at the beginning of the year. She sought him out and recognized him and approached him. She said she had wanted to apologize to me for the longest time, but I was no contact with her, so it didn't work. She basically apologized to me through my brother, but he didn't really want to get in the middle. For some unknown reason, they kept talking and catching up, and I guess they just instantly hit it off. Supposedly, she has been going to therapy and hates who she was then and the things that she did. So, they exchanged numbers and it all went from there. He keeps trying to tell me that I would think she's a different person if I gave her a chance. Still have no desire to do so. I asked if I ever get brought up, and supposedly they don't talk about it much because she's ashamed of who she was then. Again, this is all from his perspective, so who knows what's real and what's rose-colored. We basically ended with him saying he's happy and he's sorry for how crappy of a position this puts me in, but to just try and give her and them a shot. With my mom. For context, my mother is a very religious person, and in my opinion, she represents the best of religion. She's kind, generous, thoughtful, and all that good stuff. But she's also very forgiving, and I think that's where the issue is here. This was the hardest conversation. She admitted she had reservations, but searched within herself to try and find forgiveness if it was meant to be. So, she was willing to give it a shot, and she's been happy with the two of them. It seems like they're doing all the right things in her eyes to earn that forgiveness. She started crying, which eats me up, and talked about not wanting to see her family torn up and to try and see if I can find it within myself to give this a shot. She said if I couldn't, that I'd always be her son, and a lot of other motherly stuff that hit me in the gut. I felt like crap after, but I had to talk to my dad, so I powered through. With my dad. He's kind of always been in the if mom's happy then I'm happy type of mindset. Not much really has changed. He said he knows it's a tough situation, but to see if I can find a way to give it a shot. Luckily, he said if it isn't something I can do, then we can do something separate from my brother and his girlfriend for the holidays. My mom is hurt about the idea, but he said he'd get her to come around to make sure they get to see both of their sons in some way. So while it was nice to talk and learn more, I still feel stuck in this situation. I don't mind going back home and doing something separate, but not sure if we can dance around the elephant in the room. I told him I'd think about my decision and let them know in a couple of weeks. I hope this helps, and if you have more ideas, I'll take them. Thanks, guys! Okay, and that's all we know about this story. Unfortunately, OP did not reply to any more comments and did not give us an update, so this is about it. Now, I know we're not getting a proper closure with this story, and I apologize for that. However, I wanted to read this story because it poses a very difficult situation that I think it's worth talking about. So let's move on with the final community comments about this part and see what they think about the situation. Deleted says, well, I think the healthiest thing for you right now is to look out for yourself. Mom, dad, brother, ex, none of them live in your head. They can't relate. Maybe someday you can be comfortable around them, but that obviously isn't today. It's a very crappy situation that you didn't cause, so you don't owe anyone anything. Look out for yourself, bro. No one else will. Personally, I'd make other plans for the holidays. I would feel not only uncomfortable with my ex and my brother, but also uncomfortable that my own parents are facilitating and accepting the whole thing and basically telling me it's my problem to solve. It would take me a long time to get past it, but as with anything else, time helps a lot. P.S. Don't concern yourself with your brother. He had no concern for you when he made the choice to get with someone who broke you. DH Runners 23 says, your mother sounds so wrong. She wants to accept this because she doesn't want to break the image of a perfect family. She doesn't care about your feelings. Your dad is enabling this. He just follows what your mom says to not create trouble. Lastly, your brother isn't a good person either. He is dating someone who hurt you horribly. That is not normal in a good sibling relationship. He clearly feels that what you went through wasn't that big of a deal. Either suck it up and be angry just to stay with the image of a perfect family, or just start a new life and circle with people who really care about you. Not people who invalidate what you went through and don't care if they hurt you just to maintain an image. You should find time to heal. Maybe move? Meet new people. After all, family doesn't mean blood. One day, you will meet that special someone who won't cheat on you and will love you as much as you loved them. Go to therapy so what happened doesn't damage your future relationships. When the time is right and you are healed, you will see that your life is much better. Tercer78 says, "It's kind of funny how easily your family can forgive when they weren't the ones put through the emotional trauma. They don't seem to understand your feelings or what you went through. And now this woman is traumatizing your family again by conflicting brother against brother and son against father and mother. The fact that their first reaction to this is not 'what does son think?' means they aren't empathetic enough to understand what you went through. Unless you truly can forgive on your own terms, I'd move on. No joint family events with them present. Minimize contact with your brother. Seriously, there are thousands of partners in the world. Why did he have to pick her? I don't care how remorseful she is. The penance needs to be you are out of her life and your family should be loyal to you. But they're not." I have to agree with everybody here. OP was put in a horrible position by everybody else. First of all, by the ex that started a relationship with the brother, then the brother asking him to, see past this and give her a shot or whatever, and then the mom and the dad too. That totally sucks. I would feel absolutely betrayed by my family if they would put me in that situation too. OP, if you haven't healed, then it's okay if you don't go and spend the holidays with them, and it's also okay if you put them in low contact. They will probably try to guilt you and minimize your pain, but that's when you realize that they don't care too much about what you went through and they just care about, keeping everybody together. And also, like one of the commenters in the first round of comments said, cheaters seldom change, so it's most probably that something will go down with your brother in the sense that she might cheat on him as well. So maybe when that happens, you get to spend Christmas again with your parents. Who knows? What do you guys think about this whole situation? If you were in OP's shoes, what would you do? Let me know in the comment section. And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers. Also, if you feel like chatting with others from this community, you can always join my Discord server and check out my subreddit. I'll leave the links in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.